What is going on, guys? I'm going to be breaking down deals in Craigslist or on Craigslist. Sorry, not in Craigslist. I'm going to be breaking down deals on Craigslist. My nose is running. My allergies are terrible. Don't feel that good, but I'm going to be breaking down deals. I'm going to share my screen with you guys real quick and show you guys if I find fake deals, if I find overpriced deals, what I look for, how I look for them, and if I can help you guys at all, I'm going to mention it so that maybe you guys can learn something from this video. I just wanted to make a quick video of me scanning. I have not scanned this morning. It's 6:50 in the morning. So if I find something, then I'll call them. But it's, you don't find something every single second of the day. It does take time to find a good deal to profit off of or make money off of, or just find a good deal, drive it, sell it 6 months later, and still profit or at least break even on it. The whole goal is to not lose money. But let's get right into it. I'm going to jump into my screen, and we're going to start working right now. So let's go with owner only. Make sure that's all set up. We're going to go price. I'm going to do $1,000 to $8,000. I don't want to get anything overpriced. The reason why I want to put $1,000 to $8,000 is because you want to keep your audience broad. If you're only doing it for the money, you want to keep your audience as large as possible. And if you're trying to flip a $25,000 vehicle, for some people, getting a loan can be hard. For some people, or a lot of people, don't have $25,000 cash. So you want to make sure that you accommodate as much as you can, and then you go from there. So Chevy Suburban, we actually sold one of these not long ago. We paid $2,800 for ours. It actually had 163,000 miles. Very, very, very similar. It was tan as well. It's on my YouTube video. It's another video on the YouTube video. I think it was, no, it was not tan. It was a dark blue or black. Sorry, I apologize. But it was long wheelbase as well. Just like this, 5.3. Ours was four-wheel drive. So this is a two-wheel drive one. But very, very similar. We paid $2,800, so that tells you that this one's overpriced. But if you got this for about $3K, you could probably sell it for about $41, maybe. But what you want to look for with these is it four-wheel drive? How's it engine run? Floor it completely through the gear. Those 4060E transmissions tend to go out pretty often around 170 to 200,000 miles. They'll start slipping, but they can be very good if they're well maintained. Just look it over, understand that. Let's keep moving on. So Caleb sent me this one today, actually. He sent me this literally 10 minutes ago, 20 minutes ago. It's a 2001 Toyota 4Runner. It runs 100%. I was like, yeah, 2,500 is not bad at all for these. But where this is kind of risky is the fact that it has 313,000 miles. And typically that's way too much regardless. But with a Toyota 4Runner or a Tacoma, these two items, people still buy these. And the reason I know that is because I'll go on OfferUp and I'll be like, is this still for sale? So OfferUp notifies you anytime something is sold. It'll send you a text and be like, this item has sold. So I'll purposely notify all these Tacomas and all these 4Runners of this year model. So like, what was it, like 98 to like 2004 or whatever. I'll notify them on the high mileage ones because I want to see if they're still selling. So I'll notify 10 of them, and if 6 have sold with 280, 290, 350,000 miles, then I'm like, wow, people are still interested in these vehicles because I've always heard they were, and I've always seen them sell at the car auctions. But I was like, people are still interested in these vehicles, even with high mileage. Whereas if this was on a Dodge Neon and had 313K, you would be lucky to get $800. You'd be lucky to get $700. And it'd be hard to sell even at that price. So these still do sell. I think if you paid $1,500 for this, even at 313K, timing belt's been changed on it, then you can profit. I think 313 is pretty high. I'd like to see it around 260. But it's just so crazy about the mileage on these 4Runners and Tacomas when looking at those. But just be careful. Understand that too. So 96 4Runner or Explorer, that's too much. You'd want to see this. You'd want to pay around $600 for this, to be honest. With how many miles? It does not say. That's the first thing I would ask. But you want to pay no more than probably 6 for that. This is a good sign. It's in a driveway. 2006 Acura TL loaded. This looks really good. Like as far as it being in the driveway, fully loaded, 130,000 miles. Okay. So that's one thing that I look for is how it's parked. That's definitely probably for sale by owner, not a reseller. very, very good for us because you're not trying to find someone that's trying to get the most out of it. They just made it gone. And a lot of people are like, oh well, you're ripping people off. You could literally tell half these people. And I've done it once or twice that I've told them like the exact thing that I plan to do with it. And they're like, oh, that's fine. I just got a new car and it's in my driveway and I have no room for it. I don't really care. Especially like older crowds. They just literally they've saved up enough money to where like it doesn't matter like if they're losing $1,000 off of it. They just want it out of their driveway. And they probably respect the hustle, to be honest. But yeah, I mean, you can tell them and they won't care half the time because it's just in the way. Here's one with faded paint, $1,800. Automatic, is it automatic? Yep, automatic Mazda 305, 183,000 miles. If you got this for like 1,400, I think I could see it selling for, even though it's got the faded paint, I could see it selling for 19. That's $600 profit. May take a little bit, but you could definitely do that. Here's a Frontier. I've always wanted to buy this body style. I have not bought this body style. I bought I think it was an '02. It's on my Instagram, on my saved stories, like on my saved, what is it called? I don't know. I have a little icon of like all my flips, all my cars I've sold through the car dealership or whatever it is. And I had a green one. And it had an issue with it wouldn't, like the overdrive, the torque converter was locking up. It was acting funny, but it was a 4-door as well. It was the body style before this. But honestly, this is definitely not a bad price. This is probably fake. Is this fake? $34.99, 181,000 miles, firm on price. Why is it in the back of an alleyway? Okay, now it's at a house. Now it's over there. Whoa, what is going on here? It's in 3 different locations. I don't know what's going on with this one. This one kind of looks like it's fake. I don't know. I may look at that one later. But anyways, these are good trucks. They're known to be pretty reliable. Nissan, typically, like, it's a hit or miss with a Nissan. Like, there's a lot of negatives. There's a lot of pros. No, I'm not going to talk anymore about that one. That one's kind of a weird scenario. '03 Mustang GT, that's overpriced for sure. If anything, I always have found that hard tops sell much faster, especially on these cars. Soft top. So it's already overpriced, even if it was a hard top and it's a soft top. Super negative. Double negative, I mean. Let's keep looking. Here's a Lariat 2002, so it's probably got the 5.4. Yep, 5.42 valve V8. 6,000 OBO. Jesus. Are you kidding me? You got to be nuts. 226,000 miles. I don't care how nice this is. Let me look at this. And it's got seat covers. Imagine that. So the seats are probably ripped. Always be careful when you look at that. See how these has seat covers? It may not because they have it in the back, but usually the back seats are fine. But the driver and passenger seats, if they have seat covers, always look under them because they could definitely be ripped. It's four-wheel drive though. It's Lariat. If the Lariat leather's good, then it's a pro. If the leather's just beat up, ripped up, it's honestly, I'd rather have it as cloth because it's usually not ripped. But always look for that stuff. Look under those seat covers. Dodge Ram, Toyota Prius, 2007 Chevy Tahoe 7900. I sold one of these. It's also on my Instagram on the same post. You'll see it. It's a white Tahoe. I don't know if it's on the trailer in that picture, but mine was a LTZ, so it's full drive, full center console, leather, tan leather loaded, white matching mirrors, white matching door handles. I mean, really, really pretty, really attractive vehicle. Had 230,000 miles though, and I sold it for I think 8,100, and this was about 6 months ago. So what that tells me is if this interior looks good. Okay, so this is cloth. So it's got the full center console. I think they all do on the Tahoes. I'm not for sure. It's got cloth, so it's not as loaded out. Let's look here. Pretty similar, pretty similar. The headliner is fading bad. Oh, I'm trying to get to it. Let's see if I can do it. Go around. There you go. Headliner's fading bad. You can see it peeling off. You can use that as leverage to negotiate, but again, you can tell what they did. So how can I zoom in? Let me zoom in. There we go for you guys. All right, so can you see this? See all these wet looking spots? I'm 900% sure this was falling, and they didn't realize, whoever did this was pretty average. This headliner's so thin there's stuff called headliner glue, and you have to apply it so thin. And what these people did is they applied it thick. It's spray can, and you spray it, and then you try and push the liner up back on it so it stays, but it's soaked through, and then it hardened and dried, and it will look like this forever now. And that looks honestly worse than if it was just hanging. So kind of sucks. I'd rather them just like try and tape it. But that's what they did. You can use that as leverage if you want to, but you can't really fix that now because that glue is soaked through and dried. But that's definitely what happened there. I don't even know what the mile. Okay, 133,000 miles is not bad. That's not bad, really. Where's this? What's it look like? It is just in a random spot, so it's not at a house. But I mean, honestly, if this was posted, if you could get this for like 6,500, you could definitely profit from it being, only having 133,000 miles. I think that's really good. He says plus, so I'm hoping what that means is that he's driving it, so it's his daily, which indicates that it's a individual, not a reseller. But I'm not sure. So if you got this for 65. With this amount of miles, since it's full-wheel drive too, you could definitely sell that because it's pretty appealing. You could definitely sell that for more, but it kind of looks like, if you zoom in on this picture, it looks cloudy. See this light right here, the flash on this car? Looks like the reflection or the paint's been repainted or something. The paint looks foggy. I'm not sure, but I'm gonna keep looking for you guys. 04 Cat Eye. Z71, $4,000, faded hood, 240,000 miles, with 240. Well, it says 223 right there. I don't know what's going on. With 240, I don't know if that's the updated mileage. With 240, it's not a steal. You want to look to make sure under these door panels right here, under this fender well, if you can see, they tend to rust. In Arizona, it probably won't have any. And then under right here, they have these fender flares on them, but on the metal part underneath, they'll rust out right there because mud will sit. There's a little lip inside. It'll sit and then rust. And it'll catch in these rocker panels and rust as well, but probably not in Arizona, so you don't have to worry about that as much. If you got this for like 3,000, you could probably sell it for 38, 41. I think that's not that bad of a deal. It might take you a little bit of time, faded hood, and the high mileage on those. It could take you a little bit of time. These sell really well. These are really good vehicles, these Toyota Highlanders, and people love them. This is not a super good deal, to be honest, but if you got this for 3,500, I think you could sell it for 49, and then that would be a good deal. It's also far away. Let's keep looking. 2010 Corolla, not that good of a deal since it's 2010, but we're going to keep looking. So we have a Camaro. We have a Ford Mustang. We have a 96 Ford Ranger Splash 2600. I mean, if you got this for like 1,500, I think you could profit off of it. Maybe. Let's keep looking. 03, that's overpriced. Okay. 02, Nissan 4500 Crew Cab. Crew Cab's good. 186. That's not that bad. It's long wheelbase. What's going on? It's got a longer bed, 6.5 instead of 5, 5.5. Okay. 4,500. Nissan Pathfinder. Let's keep looking. Ford Expedition. Toyota Camry Hybrid. No, that's a little overpriced. Okay, so I'll give you this as an example. So if this has 143,000 miles, if you got this car for 4,000, since it has a decently, it's kind of in the lowish range for these 07 Camrys. I usually see them from like 160 to 190,000. Since it's at 143, if you could pay like 4 to 42, it'd be a good deal. But I think you could sell it for no more than 52 with 143 on it. But these do have an audience. This is loaded with a nice leather. These do have an audience. They have a huge audience. They're known to be reliable, and they sell very well. But if you paid $4,200 for one, like this, it would be a good deal, especially at 143,000 miles, because that's actually like 30 to 40,000 miles below. It's like 20 to 30,000 miles below the typical 07 Camry. But it's not a steal by any means. Oh, 2003 Jeep Patriot, 3,900, 130,000 miles. This is not that bad. If this was, if this, I think it's black metallic. The reason why I like this car right off the bat is the fact that if you buff and wax this car, you can make it look so appealing that you could almost oversell it. You can almost have someone overpay because it's black, and I know what you can do with black paint and how well it'll turn out. It's automatic, so that's good. It's got actually really low miles, 135,000 miles, and it's not listed crazy high. They say 4,000 OBO, but I mean, I guess they changed it to 3,900 OBO. So if you got this for 3,000, I think you could sell it back at 3,900. These have a decent audience. It's not like a Jeep Grand Cherokee where they're hard to sell. It's not like a Jeep Liberty where they typically have a decent amount of problems. Okay, so here is a Toyota Sequoia. I actually had one. You can look on my Instagram as well. You'll see, I think I posted this one and saved it on my story post. But it was a 03 Toyota Sequoia. Mine was white, and it was a limited, I believe. So had leather loaded, 247,000 miles. Had very attractive wheels and tires on it, which I think helped it sold. It had the Toyota 4Runner, like 2013 rims on like some nice mud tires that had a decent amount of tread left. Looked really, really good on these Sequoias. And since it was the factory 13 4Runner reels, it looked almost factory. Looked very, very well thought out. But I paid $2,800 for it, or $2,750 for it. Had the front bumper repainted because they hit a deer right here on mine, and then I think I was in it at like 32, and I sold it for 42. So I made $1,000 off of it. But it had 247,000 miles on it. So let's see what this one has. 209. So less miles on this one. It's newer. But these hold value pretty well, especially it being an 07. It's a lot newer than the one I had. But if you paid $4K for this would be a good deal. Like, you could make money off of it. Again, it's a Toyota. That reputation's there. That audience is there. They're still honestly pretty appealing vehicles, in my opinion. Full size, so it's going to accommodate the family. You're going to attract that audience. Again, since you're attracting a family, think about who they are. 30, 40, 50 year old people that have had time to accumulate money, that may not care about the deal. They just need something for their family, and they'll pay for it. So that's really just it. I'm gonna keep scrolling. I may not find anything else, and I may end this live stream. Here's a 2010, $5,500, 177K. Honestly, that 08 is not that bad of a deal. I may call them, but I'm gonna stop my screen and I'm gonna switch back over. All right, cool. All right, guys. So that is really just it. Me scanning for deals. I hope you guys learned a little bit more or a little bit better about what I do. Literally, that's how I evaluate every deal. That's how I set my searches up. Always set it for sale by owner, not dealer. 1,000 to 8,000 is typically what I like to do right now because it's the quickest turnover, and you're accommodating the largest audience doing that. So again, thank you guys so much for watching this live stream. I'm gonna get off here. I'm gonna look for deals. I'm gonna call people, get on OfferUp, get on my phone. If you guys have time, I'm telling you, get on OfferUp, Craigslist, Facebook Marketplace. Don't get on Instagram. Get on all those other three, and start searching for deals. Make some offers. And even if you're looking at dirt bikes, if you don't have $1,000 to spend, look for $600, $700, even bicycles. I've seen people. I think I saw my buddy. It was a while ago. I forgot. It was a nice road bike. Paid $600 for it and sold it for $1,600 because he understood the market. But you didn't have to register it. He didn't have to do anything like that. But being able to make $1,000 off $600 is really cool. Just start learning day by day. If you don't know anything about it, pick one body style of a vehicle, so a certain year to a certain year, and then focus in on that and understand what they're selling for in your area. And then when a new one pops up, you'll know right away, whether it's a motorcycle, car, truck, whatever it is, you'll start to understand that specific body style, and then you can capitalize on it. Go pick it up, drive it for a month, register it, whatever you want to do, and then sell it for a profit. It's really, really cool. A lot of people tell you can't do this, but I promise you guys you can make money off anything if you study the market enough. I promise you can. And if you're buying something older, it's probably lost all of its value the first couple of years right off that lot. and you can go from there. But again, I'm gonna get off here. If you guys want to learn more about what we do on a daily basis, we have the Flipping Wheels 2.0. Click the first link in the description. Also, we're doing $50 off that, so you'll click the first link below or the second link below. We'll have the discount for $50 off the Flipping Wheels 2.0 course. We've updated everything. It's super cool, and we're welcoming all the new members, and I'll be going live doing this every single day, but with a private group. If you guys want to follow me on Instagram, click the third link below, and I'd love to help you a little bit further and answer any questions that you may have, so shoot me a DM. But as always, I will be getting off here. I'm going to be searching for deals, and I will see you guys in the next video.